Today we're in St. Louis, Missouri at Ciceros. We're going to beer school, and I've got a little surprise inside for you. Welcome to Drinking Buzz.
Owner of Arcadia Artisan Ales. They're located in Michigan, and you're going to love them.
I know that there's a few people always that will take for granted the greatness and the goodness that is Ciceros and the people that make it happen here in St. Louis. So give it up for the host for doing this very thing. You also had, some really awesome breweries here, including, but not limited to, Left Hand, Stone Brewing, Bell's Brewing, right? But here's a couple that I haven't seen before, and I need some help with this. Perennial. Local! Give it up for a local brand. How nice. That's nice to learn that. And they're here in St. Louis, right?
Yes. Southside.
I see everybody with their heads going up and down, and the beer is good, too, isn't it? Yes, that's great. That means the beer culture is working here. So obviously you're all a part of that. All right, now there's another one that I didn't realize here. Four Hands.
Local.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how about giving it up for local beer in general? By the way, we got started in Battle Creek, Michigan in 1996. I'm thankfully able to say that we're starting our 16th year this year as a brewery. We feel a connection to this city because of you folks here, right at Ciceros and in St. Louis in particular, because well, we've been doing it together for a long time. And this Whitson, this has been coming out in the spring and summer for as long as we've been a brewery. A wheat ale that's got that coriander and orange zest of a traditional Belgian wit, but with our American twist with some local honey. 100 pounds of local honey from a farm that's not 5 miles away from us adds a really nice character to this beer that makes it a great spring and summer refreshing beer. So while you're getting ready and thinking about graduation and your test next week, I thought I'd talk a little bit about our Whitson and that spring, you've got to get ready for the spring semester final. So the seasonals are very important. Whitson is that season for us right now for spring and summer. The next beer that's going to start to come out, and I'm checking my timing here, so I think it's time to segue into what we're going to talk about is the dark side of Arcadia's lineup. And so if you like malt, and you like roast, and you like bittersweet chocolate, and strong coffee, anybody? Any of those flavors at all? Wow, that's good. Because sometimes I always hold my breath that they're all hopheads in the room, and if that's the case, I'm going, oh man, it's going to be a rough night. But nonetheless, that's great. You'll have a chance to sample what I think is one of our, certainly a more challenging beers that we've ever made, and that's the Coca Loco. Now that you marinate for a while in a little bit of olive oil and some lemons, a lot of garlic and rosemary, and a nice, healthy, generous portion of this London Porter, right? And you let it sit for about 12 to ideally overnight, and then throw that bad boy on the grill with whatever you want to put alongside it that would float your boat with a beautiful boneless legged lamb on the grill. Am I the only guy that likes that, by the way? I think this is Anyway, this beer is tailor-made for that, or anything like that. If it's not lamb, if it's something else, it adds a lot of dimension. So for those of you who haven't tried experimenting with using beer either in a marinade, or at the very least, drinking it while you're cooking and grilling that boneless leg of lamb, which is an absolute necessity, especially if you've marinated it in it. And I think you'll find it adds a nice little dimension to it. So, anyways, the London Porter. Question, somebody else, I was able to tell everyone and all of our distributors when they came in for our annual meeting for our distributors to kind of give them our game plan for 2013 as we got into 2012 and what the long-term prognosis was, and it was really exciting to share with them that we are in the planning stages of building a new facility. So I'm very thankful to the people that are in this room that either have present in the past, continue to, or have yet to, but are about to patronize our company, among many others, and some of the great local ones, obviously, that you're supporting. But it's helped us get to the point where we finally outgrew the space that we have in downtown Battle Creek. We're going to keep that original facility going, and we're going to build a brand new structure and a brand new brewery. So that's pretty exciting when you get to be an old coot like me, and you get a chance to kind of rectify some of the dumbass mistakes you made 16 years ago when you started it. I'll take that any day of the week. So even though it may be a little stressful along the way, we're excited to be able to share that with you. So that's coming, and you'll hear more about that in the next. Last year we did just around 10,000 barrels as a brewery, and along that path of getting there, it took us 15 years to get to 10,000 barrels. Now we can see, like a number of other of our colleagues and our brothers and sisters that are making great beer in Michigan and throughout the country, it's an explosion in our culture, not just here in St. Louis. It's happening in Michigan as well. I mean, banks are loaning us money. Holy cow, what a concept! And you know, they know that we have restaurants associated with our brewery, yet they're loaning us money. That's not insignificant. Any bankers in the room, by the way? Whitson, spring and summer, that'll go through September for us. The London Porter is actually seasonal now because of all the beers that we've added, and now in our 16th year as a brewery. So at one point, I did make the decision to make the London Porter available full time, but it's had to go to a semi-seasonal basis along with the Coco Loco because of, you know, all of us we're trying to titillate every one of you with different beers all the time. So that's kind of the cool thing. We have to find a way to make room for all these beers. So how do we make that happen? Sometimes that's a bit of a challenge. Hence why we're building a new and increased capacity. But at 10,000 barrels, we hope to build a 30,000 barrel capacity brewery that could go up to and include to 59,999 barrels. Man, this one's to you.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to Freddy's Drinking Buzz. We're here with Tim Suprise from Arcadia Brewing Company. Tim, cheers.
Thank you.
What can all the Arcadia Brewery fans expect to come in 2012 and 2013?
New brewery and planning, that's kind of exciting for us, obviously. Everyone that's been a fan or that's supported our products, thank you for that, because you're what's making all this happen, not just for us, but for all of us in this business, for sure. You're going to see what this new dimension for us in 2012-13 and planning for a new facility, I think, is going to afford us stylistically some added dimension that we've been longing for a little bit over the years, and finally might have an opportunity to cultivate. So
nice.
I'll leave it at that. But pretty excited about what it all means, being a part of a great fraternity, and for guys like you, Freddie, to keep showcasing folks like us for doing what we do.
All right.
Thank you for your passion and your enthusiasm.
Thank you.